Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello there. My name is Anita. Expect new videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. Well, so for today's video, there is just one point that I would like to point out, and I pray that this video speaks life to someone. Without further ado, let's just get to the point and start with this video. There are some times in life certain things happen to us, and this I mean the negative, I'm not meaning the positive stuff. There are some times, certain things happen to us, and then you reach a point and feel like, oh God, what am I gonna do? You don't know what to do. And that's the reason as to why I've come with this video. Why? Because I've once been there, and I believe that this video was meant for someone. Well, when you find yourself in such situations, instead of freaking out, just try to say this: God, what next step do you have for me? I like Joyce Meyer. One day she was preaching and she said, some of us, when we get hit by some situations, we freak out and then we're like, God, what am I going to do? God, what am I going to do? Because you try to look in front, you cannot go ahead. You look behind, you can't go. You want to trust God, but you don't have any reason to trust Him. You want to give up, but then you don't have anywhere to run to. So what can you do? By that time when you find yourself stuck in the middle, will you say, oh God, what am I going to do? Or you're going to say, God, what next step do you have for me? Because this one that I've been working on has failed. While asking God for some solution upon anything you are praying for, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to come like a baby who comes to the mother after having a fight with a friend. Mommy, look at someone has beaten me, mommy. Our parents who understand tells the child, okay baby, I know, I get that you're hurting, but shh, calm down and then talk to me. What's wrong? And then after, it's so hard for babies to speak while crying, but you can just give them time to cool down. And after they've cooled down, then she's going to tell you something that you're going to understand. And in that way, you're going to find somehow to help the baby, right? So it's just the same thing with us and God. When we just get hit by a certain situation, we tend to freak out. Our trust, everything in life generally becomes stuck. You're confused, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to turn to. So, if you come to God in that manner, like you're so freaking out and you're afraid, you don't know anything, you're confused, how do you expect God to give you a solution? How are you going to understand what God wants to speak to you when your mind is not stable? So just like a young baby, just like a parent cools down the baby before giving them the advice, the same thing with us. When you're going to go to God and you've been hit by a situation that you don't understand in your life, before going to Him, sit down, first calm down, understand that God is above everything, and then go quietly, patiently to Him, calm, because this person you're going to is not a mere human being, is your Creator. You go expecting something from Him. He's not a king that when you reach at the palace, He's going to send bodyguards and throw you out. He will widely open His arms and welcome you because He wants to hear your matter. He wants to hear what's paining you, and He wants to help you. He wants to solve your problem. So come to Him boldly, patient. Yes, He knows that you are going through some tough times, but just let that down, lay it down for Him, and come to Him like a person who has come to seek for help. And this is what you say: Father, please take this out of me. Just the way Jesus went to pray to God before they got to arrest him. He knew that his time had come. So he went boldly to God. He was not frightened. He was not freaking out. But because he was wearing a human flesh, he became also afraid a little bit. But he knew that Father was able to do anything that freaks us out. So he went boldly to God and prayed calmly and said, Father, if possible, take this cup away from my way. But if this is your will, let your will be done. The same applies to us. When we find ourselves in such situations, let's go boldly to our Father and say, Father, what's your plan for my life? I want to understand. This is beyond my understanding. Lord, let it not be my will, but yours be done. And then wait for the Lord's time and see how fast he's going to come to rescue you, because he promised that he will never leave you nor abandon you to suffocate with what you're going through. The point that I wanted to point out in this video is that by the time when you feel like everything is done, that's the time you should know that God is working. Why do I say like this? Have you realized that at some point God allows us to go through different situations because He's calling for our attention? How? Have you realized that when you're not passing through hardships, you tend to have less time to communicate with God? This time when you're going through hardships, you are close to God almost all the time. You just, God help me, God help me. You're praying the way you've never prayed before. And for me, I would advise you to love going through hardships. Why? Because they bring you close to God. And if something brings you close to God, isn't that a good thing? Then why freak out? Just go to your Father, because you know that He listens to you. And He's ready to solve whatever may seem difficult for you. And that's the reason why I made this video. If you're blessed, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thumbs up this video, share it with someone that you feel that it might help. And I'll see you again on Friday with a music video. Stay blessed. Shalom.